Tuchel, there will be a new owner for Chelsea. Yeah. What do you want from a new owner?
What do I want from an owner? Oh. A strong squad and confidence and support.
James Savindra.
Thomas, how have you looked to try and bounce back from what happened against Brentford on Saturday?
We had a day off, which was maybe also necessary to digest it. We talked about it, but no special talks, no special team talk. We talked openly about it, which we, in a debrief, which is very usual for us. We set the new targets, as what you do in sports, no matter if you win or lose. It was a crucial loss, of course, and we absolutely did not like what happened. It was very untypical for us, so we consider this also as the exception of the rule. We were open to ourselves and allowed ourselves still on Monday to focus on the match tomorrow, because it's what's needed.
Gary Cottrell.
No Carlo, it seems, certainly not today, potentially not tomorrow as well,
Yeah.
because of his COVID situation. Similar happened to you in the World Cup final. You made it in the end.
Yeah.
How does that affect a squad in preparation for a game like this, do you think?
It does, but in nowadays you are in charge of media, of help, of virtual help. So I'm pretty sure he can do the team talks and can be in touch with, of course, players and stuff. But it's always better and much nicer to be there and to have the direct influence. This is, I think, what we as coaches love the most, to be in the middle of the group and be part of the group, and that we can like constantly communicate, not only with words, but also like with how you feel, like with a smile, with a hug. And when all this is missing, it's strange, and then something is missing. I hope he still makes it. I had the information that he will try to arrive tomorrow in the evening. I personally hope he makes it. He's a big coach, big personality, and it would be nice to have him at the sideline in these kind of games.
Nizar.
Thomas, I want to talk about Kovacic against his former club.
Yeah.
He was like a wonder kid youngster when he was younger. He was a backup player for Real Madrid. Chelsea signed him, and now he's become like a star. Do you think he's kind of completing that journey now with Chelsea?
Yes, and I think he's still completing it. He looks totally like a, what do you say, wonder kid? He looks like a wonder kid in training, in some exercises. For example, today he had an outstanding training session, and on top of it, he's a fantastic character, such a lovely person, such a nice guy, humble guy, and so interested in sport, and so happy to train, so happy to deliver for the team. It's pure pleasure. I was following his career long time, even like when he was at Real Madrid. I was aware of him, I was aware of the talent, and you could see there is a next step coming, and I was sure he has what it takes to make it there. And I'm very happy that I have the chance that he's my player. He plays a lot this season. Is crucial to us, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, in the way he behaves. You can see that he is brought up as a team player, and he is like he knows what it takes and what culture it needs in a dressing room and in a team, in a big club, and this is what he brings to our team. That's why we're very happy with Matteo.
Matt Law.
Thomas, the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge was a bit flat on Saturday. Obviously the result, but even before you were
Yeah.
losing, it felt flat. How much do you need the crowd to give you a home advantage in this competition?
Yes. We absolutely need it. Yeah, we absolutely need it, and we need to be better on the pitch. We're the first to admit it, but we need the crowd to be better, supporters to be better. It was like this. We need everybody on the front foot. It's a big match. It's quarterfinals, and it's a big opponent in a big occasion. I think like maybe normally we have these kind of atmospheres, like in evening games, in big matches, like throughout this season, when spectators were back in, like the Champions League matches were like like gave us a huge push in terms of atmosphere and terms of energy, and we need it. Is crucial in these games, and we felt it like you feel it in every away game when you play in Turin, play in Malmö, play in St. Petersburg, play in Lille. It's super hard, and it's much harder to play against the spectators as well, and we will face it next week in Madrid. So yeah, everybody needs to be on top level. We need to be the first one to set the spark, but everybody needs to arrive tomorrow ready to support.
John Southall.
Hi, Thomas. How different a challenge are you expecting from Real Madrid from the game last season?
I think it has nothing to do with last season's game. Honestly, I did not look at it in the preparation. I looked at the last matches of Real Madrid, but we did not have a look in our last year's matches. It's so that maybe answers the question. There's for us for us anyway not a revenge, but for us it's not a point to prove again or whatever. Like we are out there to prove a point anyway, and to bounce back from Saturday's performance and to play and to play in the right way, in the way we want to play, to be physical, to be intense, to be focused, and to be in our very best, because this is what we need. We overcame Real Madrid in the last season, but like I said, it had nothing to do in the preparation. It's new coach, it's new team, and it's with spectators, and it's again good to go. Nothing.
Gentleman in the red jumper.
Hi, Mr. Tuchel. Álvaro Montero, Mediaset Spain. Who will be that Real Madrid player who you will sign for your team? I mean, that's the key player you said. I don't like.
You love these questions, no? You love these questions. Just from your colleague, I got the same question, but the other way around. He asked me, whom do you want not to play? Which is more or less the same question. Yeah. So instead of being boring and always say, I will not say one particular name, I gave all the praise in your colleague's answer to your colleague. I gave all the praise to Karim Benzema, which I said, I think 2 years ago, is one of the most underrated players in world football. And maybe not anymore, which he absolutely deserves, because he plays since how many years as a number 9 for Real Madrid. That speaks for itself, and what he did in the last stage to overcome the last stage for them, how he carried responsibility, and what a key part he plays for them as a captain now. Is very impressive. You could see what can happen to the team in his absence when they played the Clásico. So this is for sure a standout player, standout personality. But it is again right now in this very moment very unfair to Luka Modric, to Toni Kroos, Casemiro, and to all the guys who carry this team so successfully over almost a decade now. And there are huge personalities which I'm generally and genuinely a fan about, but for sure not today and for sure not tomorrow.
Be in sports.
Hi, Thomas. I wonder how you assess the current Real Madrid team compared to the one you beat last season. And do you think Real Madrid in Europe, in terms of being the ultimate team, has faded in recent years?
Well, it's hard to keep their record. I mean, they won it 3 times, this competition, and the competition is unbelievable hard to win, an unbelievable tough tournament, and they did it 3 times, and they trusted almost similar squad over a very long period of time, which was absolutely impressive and outstanding. I think it's normal that cycles like this change at some point, and this is what in terms of a winning streak and winning and reaching maybe the final, and this is what happened to them. But we should be very aware that teams with this kind of experience, this kind of flair, and this kind of quality can produce special performances and special nights and special occasions. For us, it's also a pretty special occasion to play against Real Madrid in a quarterfinal. So that's why we feel also pretty excited, and we don't lose too much sleep to think about where they are in Europe. We want to prove a point tomorrow again. We want to prove it to ourselves, and that's the target. And the occasion is special, and the opponent is special, and that's why we are very excited about it.
Jacob.
Andreas was Christensen was a huge player for you in the run to the final last season, and you said obviously on Friday that you've seen the rumours about him and Barcelona. He didn't play on Saturday. Do you have any concerns about his focus at the moment? Do you have any concerns over how he might approach a game like this?
No, no concerns. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is a bit more challenging for him than normal. Than in a moment where everything is clear, or like where you're fully committed to your club you play for at the moment, which is obvious, us and Chelsea. But maybe he cleared his future. I don't know it yet. But for me, it was very clear, even when we started, or like when I had conversations with him last season, in summer, in autumn, and through winter. The bottom line was, as long as you're my player, I expect you to be 100% committed, and I will not accept anything less, and I will not start into digging like how much is he now committed and how can he handle now, because this only leads to distraction. This is what I demand from him. That he was out on Saturday had nothing to do with him personally or the situation. It was a tactical choice to play with a back four, and was a matter of characteristic of the players. But he is our player, and we want to have the most of him, and he needs to be focused. This is his job. He needs to be determined, and this is what we expect from him, and I think we can expect it.
Okay, last two, Simon Johnson and then Tom Body to finish. Simon.
Hi, Thomas. Hey, obviously winning the Champions League last season was an extraordinary achievement.
Yeah.
But given everything you've been through this season, COVID, injuries, sanctions, the takeover tour, if you win it this season, would it actually be an even bigger achievement?
Can you ask me again in the hopefully very end of May this question, because before that I will not talk about the final. Absolutely not. Not before first leg in quarterfinal.
Is it harder to do that, to do it again? Because of everything?
I don't know. It feels terribly hard all the time, but it's what we love. I mean, it's the competition, and there's no other way than step by step. It's challenging. It's demanding, of course, also at the moment for us. But this is at the same time what we love, and what we can deal with it, because this is what we choose. This is what we love, and that's why we can deal with it. And it's nice to deal with it, and it's nice to have these kind of experiences. Now we have 2 legs against Real Madrid. This is a top experience for sure.
Okay, last question, Tom Body.
Hi, Thomas. Just going back to Andreas, you said you spoke to him in the autumn. Do you think that the sort of public nature of the contract terms, did that have any inkling on the outcome and the fact that you think he might be going now?
Oh, how do you mean it? I don't understand. Okay.
So where you spoke to him in autumn,
Yeah.
and everything became quite public then about his contract situation.
Well,
I think those kind of comments led to the situation now in the room.
my comments, or like.
Yeah, and the situation with the club in general.
Well, the situation of the club was pretty sure, and I think I gave you a pretty honest statement some weeks ago, where I told you that I think that he is exactly at the moment in the exactly right place, and that he should continue his journey at our club to become the defender he can be, and the real personality, and of also in terms of playing minutes, the figure that he wants to be, and that he, in my opinion, should not forget who gave him, like where he comes from, where he has his education from, where he is home, and that, in my opinion, he needs that kind of environment to bring the very best out of him. It's just my opinion. I gave this like some weeks ago, but the talks in autumn, in summer, there are constant talks, because we are in exchange with our players, of course. I hope that my talks did not make him make him want to leave, but I don't think so. I mean, you cannot take these things personal. If he decides to continue his career somewhere else, it's his decision. We don't need to understand it. We don't need to agree, but we will not take it personally. That's what I wanted to say before. Like, until he's our player, and I will not stop demanding everything from him. And he needs to be fully committed. This is what we expect and what we experienced, by the way. So you have to ask him about his decision and what were, like, in the end, the reasons for his decision.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.